Hi there, my name is Belinda Dubston. Welcome to the I Ching Cafe and our first weekly overview for May, for the week commencing the 2nd of May 2022. Yes, literally a couple of days prior, there was the monthly overview. So we have a double header as we head into May. If you've not yet done so, go and watch the overview for May 2022. It's going to be an interesting, high-packed month because new things are sprouting all around us. New beginnings are popping out like popcorn, and we have the opportunity to seize the moment to grow and establish flow because we planted great seeds in the cycles before. All right, so go and check that out. Last week, we had Hexagram 62, attention to details. We had this focus on really laying low, on transcending the risk, realizing there was a major risk that we faced that we managed to get through and going, phew, we made it through. What was that for you? And reaching out to people in retirement, people who have gone into the cave, pulling them out and calling them to bring us some help. And of course, that wonderful energy of finishing the finishing in Hexagram 63 after completion. What came to an end this week for you? What did you become aware of was the end of a cycle, the end of an era, the end of a project? What was ending for you, and how did the details support you in the week that just passed? Okay, so let's have a look at the week of the 2nd of May. What we're being asked to pay attention to. And I find it so fascinating that here in our first weekly overview of May, our first hexagram is hexagram 16, enthusiasm. So we had this hexagram locked for the whole of April. And here as we start out the month, our first weekly overview, it's back. So there's a continuation, okay? I always see that when you see those cycles and patterns, they're reinforcing and rededicating ourselves to what it is that we need to pay attention to. So our locked energy of hexagram 16 of April might have passed, but here we are with our weekly, and here we have this energy that still continues. So let's have a look. All right, so you will know by now, working with this hexagram for the whole of April, this is really about getting ready, preparation, doing the work to build up the battery. I always see this beautiful, magnificent white Tesla battery in my mind as an example of this kind of way of committing to the future, of thinking about conserving resources, of focusing resources, of harnessing the power of the sun and working with its energy. And so when we focus on this week, we are continuing the theme from April. We're taking it into the weekly. We are still working with this idea that there is still more work to do to charge up the batteries and build up our energy for the week ahead. Okay, so what have you not yet done in terms of preparation? There's an opportunity for us to do a do-over, perhaps on some areas of our preparation, of our work to be ready, to be able to act spontaneously that we had not yet completed. So think about where are the areas where if today that project had to land, if today you had that opportunity to move or an opportunity to change jobs, would you be ready? Have you done the preparation that when the moment hits, you can seize the moment and go for it? And there's such a correlation to this hexagram 3 sprouting energy for the month of May as well, of being ready, of being able to act spontaneously and seize the moment, carpe diem, right? So this is this energy, continuing this idea of hexagram 16, enthusiasm. We have one changing line for this week. It's in the first position. And one of the symbols that is associated with hexagram 16 is the elephant. And it's a very powerful image. And the story of the elephant that is coming to our awareness is the trumpet, okay, the trunk, okay. And so when we think about this, what this changing line says is shows an image of an elephant standing out in the wild, blowing on the trunk, trumpet, 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 trumpet. Where is everybody? I'm here all alone. You need to come help me. I don't have food. I need help. I'm here alone. Where are you? And this trumpeting. You can imagine this very upset, lonely elephant calling out into the wilderness, devastated and alone, and calling out and not getting a return. Okay, and this poor elephant just exhausts itself from this needless noise. Okay, so one aspect of this changing line that we're being asked to pay attention to in this week is where we are calling out for help, trumpeting, and no one's listening. Okay, and no one's listening because what we have to do is we have to go and look after ourselves. So there will be some specific thing where we feel like somebody else should help us, where perhaps we feel forgotten, lost. Maybe this is victim mentality. Where are we feeling like the victim and that we need to be rescued from our situation by other people? Because the longer we stay in this consciousness of victim, we just completely exhaust ourselves. Okay, so that's the one aspect. The other aspect is when someone trumpets, when you think about this idea of someone trumpeting, okay, they're also making a huge amount of noise about themselves. And what do they say? Empty vessels make the most noise. Okay, so trumpeting is either trumpeting because we're in victim and we want other people to help us on a particular thing where we don't believe we have the power to do it ourselves or we don't want to. Trumpeting can also be mindless and needless boasting about our abilities as a way of getting people to help us. Remember that this hexagram 16, enthusiasm, is all about mobilizing people to our side, rallying the troops, getting everyone excited, getting the party started, okay? And so what we can do is we can bleat, okay, because we are boasting and we're trying to use our boasting to show how good we are to get other people to join us, okay, to motivate people to come to our side because look at what we have done, okay. And this hexagram and this changing line says that is going to put us out of flow this week, okay. So there's only one changing line. Let's double down our focus this week on this changing line, either where we're bleating to others about what we should be getting when we actually can just walk and find, resources, okay? We just need to move our legs, just do it ourselves, right? Where we are bleating for help that's not forthcoming and we feel like the victim, or where we are trumpeting a whole lot of noise because we're trying to falsely get people to join us. People who belong together find each other. Things that belong together find each other. So you don't need to needlessly trumpet and bloat and broadcast, look at me, because what we attract is not what we need. So let's be aware of our engagement with others this week, and let's be conscious of how are we needlessly wasting our energy because we are bleating. Okay, our outcome hexagram this week, we haven't had for a while, but at the beginning of 2020, we had this a lot, okay, was hexagram 51, shock. This is the shake-up. This is the doubling of thunder. Okay. It represents sudden accelerations. Okay. It doesn't represent disaster. It just represents a shake-up where we become stuck in our thinking, where we become slow and lethargic. We get this shake-up and it shakes everything. And then we realize, oh, everything's okay. And what happens is we get moving. We shake off all the old energy. Like a thunderstorm, just clears all the static in the air, clears all that energy and makes it lovely and fresh and new for us to work with. So shake-ups are in the week, changes in the week. Energy, we have the 2 hexagrams that bring huge amounts of energy this week. So prepare yourselves. It's going to be high octane. Okay, stay open to the change. Stay open to sudden, unexpected developments in your life. Just be open, okay? Remember hexagram 3 sprouting. Things are going to be sprouting. Unexpected things are going to be sprouting and we just deal with them as we go. They always come to bring us blessings, to release us from where we are stuck and to liberate us into where we need to be. So good luck for this very high energy week. I look forward to hearing about it next week. Please do share your comments as you go through the week and please like, share and subscribe. Every like, every comment makes a huge difference, so I really do appreciate it. I'll see you on the socials and I'll see you soon for our next weekly overview.